We travel not to escape life, but for life, not to escape us. Those are not my words. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching from. This is our epic adventure on the Kenya SGR. Our journey started from the Ngong substation to the Nairobi Terminus, where we took an interconnecting train from Ngong to Nairobi, whereby we would then take an intercounty train from Nairobi Terminus to Mombasa. This is us walking towards the security checks. Sadly, we were not allowed to record.
So apparently we decided to take the Nairobi Terminus to Mombasa train station. Today we are going by train. We are going to Diani. We are going to Diani Reef. I'm going to document everything that we're going to have at Diani Reef. Is going to be a nice vacation. I hope it's going to be a splendid time, because this vacation it's actually something I've been yearning to experience, and I've always wanted to do something at Diani. I hope we're going to have that moment. Our train leaves at 8 a.m.
Since we were already late for our train, I had to cut the long stories short. Anyway, the SGR has lots of security checkings, which I can say they are good for our security, but really bad for timekeeping. This is us waiting to be ushered into our wagons. Since we had booked the economy class, this is how it looks. The other side is the first class, but all in all, there are some cafeterias where you can buy some drinks or serve some foods as you wait to be ushered into your train. Alright, bags packed, ready to go. One thing I love about the SGR is the way they are always strict on time. The train leaves exactly at 8 a.m. in Nairobi and arrives at Mombasa exactly 2:10 p.m. Checking time is always 1 hour before departure, so this one you get late with 5 to 10 minutes, be sure you have already missed the train. So this is where you present your train tickets to show that you have paid for the intercounty train from Nairobi to Mombasa. Current train charges for the intercounty option are 1,500 per adult for the economy class, 4,500 per adult for the business or the first class, and recently they just introduced the premium class where each adult pays 12,000 Kenyan shillings.
I let you in when we ain't sober.
The passenger please arrange your luggage in the rack in the the luggage should not exceed the wheel of the rack. If it exceeds, kindly please sit under the seat. The passenger passenger please take the top end of the coach behind the seats.
As we left the Nairobi terminus, we were treated to scenic views of the Nairobi National Park. We could already spot some few Maasai giraffes grazing in the nearby acacia thorn tree plantations. This is why I say the SGR gives you value for money. I mean, where can you get such type of views traversing through the only national park within a city premises?
So apparently we have already left Nairobi. We have already left the Nairobi Terminus to the Mombasa Terminus. We left at exactly 8, and our expected time of arrival will be 2 p.m. At exactly 2 p.m. Since the SGR is always strict on time and it's always on point. So when we left at 8, it's gonna take us around 6 hours. 6 hours to arrive to Mombasa. We used an interconnecting train from Ngong to the Nairobi Terminus. and it's more of the same, I think, because at first I thought that the interconnecting train will be something different from the SGR, but I guess it's the same train, that goes to Mombasa. All I can say, it has been a good experience. It has been a nice experience, and what actually just tried to put me off was the security checks. They really have a lot of security checks, and okay, it's good. It's good for the train. It's good for the security of the people traveling for the train. But the way they handle the passengers is actually not okay to me, according to me, because you have to take your bags, put your bags somewhere, then some dogs come searching. Like it's some sort of intimidating process, but it's something good. It's something good. So I couldn't record that part because they were like, we should not record that part. But the other places, actually, this was a nice experience. So right now we are heading to Mombasa. We are gonna take approximately 6 hours on the train, and if I compare the train to the bus, I don't think that it's much of a difference, right? It's not much of a difference when you compare the train to the bus.
My comparison of the train to the bus is actually based on the sitting posture and the comfortability. That's why I'm not even going to talk about the seat arrangements of the SGR, because probably by the time I'm posting this video, the government had already changed the way the seats are arranged. All seats are now facing the front side, and there's no facing each other the way they used to face, which I can say is a good thing, and it's also a nice thing compared to how we used to face each other, or we used to sit with strangers facing each other. One thing to note is that at the SGR, they also serve food and have a menu for their drinks, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks, of course. You will find a waiter walking around with this type of trolley, taking your orders, and you can choose any type of food that you want to eat from the menu. I decided to take a beer. Of course, why not? One for the rails.
The company you keep in me, I know this ain't love, but let's skip about it talking, body talk to the dawn, body side.
We made a quick stop at the Emali train station, and that is why our train is called the Intercounty SGR train. This is because it makes different stopovers at different substations. We stopped at the Kibwezi, Mtitoandei, Voi, Mariakani, Misienyi before we finally arrived in Mombasa.
We're drifting in the dark. Can we do better? Wish I could rewind back to the start. Can we do better? Drifting in.
And of course, after all that beer, I had to find myself a toilet. After snooping around, this is what I found. The toilets or latrines look like this, whatever word you want to call them, but they were not so tidy. I can say that for a fact, but they did the work. They have a certain type of button down there where you press and it flushes. That was the sound of our triumphant entry into our 2 days vacation. We finally arrived in Mombasa at exactly 2:10 p.m. But I can attest that when we arrived, my back was a little bit aching because of the SGR seats that did not have enough cushion. Anyway, who cares? We were finally in Mombasa City, or should I say Mombasa Raha. This is a vacation that I was looking forward to, and I couldn't really miss it for the world.
So we finally arrived at our destination. We have arrived at Mombasa. It's exactly 2. We arrived at exactly 2. No later than that. Exactly 2 points. So 1.
Nakaa fiti.
Yeah, this people keep time. It's a little bit cold. A little bit hot.
A little bit hot. It's hot.
Very hot, not a little bit. Very hot. I don't know why I'm saying this. So I have my sweater, so I think it's me who's feeling cold. So we are supposed to get our taxi to Diani Reef. This is the exit point. We'll be heading to Diani. I think it's approximately.
Here is the exit.
It's approximately 1.2 hours. That is 1.5 hours.
We go.
Yeah, 1.5 hours. So I hope we are going to get there on time and to start the
Vacation.
Finally, we met up with our chauffeur Mr. Peter, who also doubled up as our driver guide in Diani. This guy is the best driver guide in Diani. Comment down below if you want me to hook you up with Mr. Peter in case you will be landing at the Moi International Airport or you will be coming to Mombasa by train. Catch you guys next time as we outline our 2 days vacation at Diani Reef.
That